In this video, we're going to go over the bash history feature. Now, bash, the Bourne Again shell, is the shell used by default by most modern Linux systems, and quite a few other operating systems like Mac OS X as well. Now, built into bash is a history feature that lets you review, change, and reuse commands you've run in the past. And that can be really helpful when you've got nice, long, and complicated commands that you're entering over and over again on the command line. So when bash starts up, it actually reads the .bash_history file in your home directory. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the hidden files here in this user's home directory. And notice there's the .bash_history file right at the top there. And that file contains all the commands that were saved to disk the last time I logged out, all the commands I had run during that previous session. Now the bash history feature actually stores commands in two different locations. One's on the disk, and then it also holds another one in memory. Okay. The ones in memory then, once you log out of the system, are then saved to the one on disk for long-term storage then. So let's take a look and see how this works. First off, the name of .bash_history is actually configurable within your shell itself. So if we do an echo here of the variable history file, you'll see that it's set by default to .bash_history. Now you can reset that to just about anything you want, but bash_history is the common default. That's where most people will look for it first. Okay, two other variables that go along with the history are the history size and history file size. Okay, you can see for this user the history size is set to 1,000 lines, and the history size is the number of lines that it keeps in memory. So until I log out the session, it's holding all these commands in memory to make it faster and easier to go back and forth through the commands. History file size, on the other hand, is the number of lines that it stores to the disk. So in total here, this is remembering about 3,000 lines worth of commands that I've done. Now only 1,000 are available to me at any given time with some of the features on the session, but 2,000 of those, once I log out, are available for searching through and for security audits and validating what I've done here in the past. So if I really screw something up here, I can go back and look at the history file, figure out exactly what I did wrong, and hopefully be able to repair it. Okay, so let's take a look and see what's in that actual history file. Now, first command you're going to learn here is the history command. Okay, the history command, if run just by itself, will go through here and show every line from your current history. Now in this case it would be up to 1,000 lines, but since this is a fairly new user, there's only 61 in here. But you can easily see a lot of the commands that I've done here in the past. So you can see, taking a look at the variables and listing out directories and such. So if you just want to take a look at the last couple of commands rather than looking at the entire list back there, you simply give it a variable, or sorry, a number there, and it will only tail out the number of lines that you specify. So in this case, it gave me the last 8 commands that I've run here. Okay. The other nice way to look through your commands, and you should already be familiar with tab completion of commands and such, in the same sort of vein there, is you can actually use the up and down arrows to scroll back and forth through your history to see what you've been doing. And it's something, if you've just run it just a few minutes ago, you can easily up arrow to find what you're looking for and then run that command as is. You can also come through here and edit it, and you notice that the edited version doesn't overwrite the older one. It simply appends it to the end with the new editing on there. Okay, a couple other things to look through your history is the bang character, or the exclamation point. If I use the bang character and just do a double bang, what that does is executes the last command that was executed. So it says look up back in the history, just go back one and re-execute it. If you notice, it prints out the exact line of what it's executing and then gives you the output. Okay. Now if I wanted to go back and say just execute an arbitrary command that I already know the number to, I can use the bang command and then type in the number. So we'll do command number 58. And you notice if you look back at 58, that was at ls-a. It printed out a line there and then gave us a listing of the directory with all the hidden files. So there are a couple other bang commands here, but I'll let you go ahead and figure those out on your own there. One last thing you want to take a look at for bash history, and the one that I use most often, is the Control R command. Now Control R, when you hit, will bring up a reverse search. What this allows you to do is to type in any partial string here. So let's start with echo, and it will find the first match in your history. So in this case, echo variable history file went back to line number 63. Now if I hit Control R again, it will continue to search backwards until it hits the beginning of your history. So in this case, now that we've skipped over 63, we've gone to line 60, echo in those two. And once you found the line that you want to use or edit, all you have to do is hit enter to execute it, or use your arrow keys to start moving around, and it just drops it right onto your command line, just like a copy and paste. So in this case, we'll go ahead and edit this one up here and re-execute it. And if we take a look at our history real quick again, you'll notice that the Control R key did not paste it to the end of our history. And it's kind of important to remember there, because what it did was it actually went back and edited that line in your history. So if you want to keep your history exactly the way it is, you use the bang. You want to go back and search back through it, make changes, and have it saved back in your history, use Control R. Okay, that's going to wrap it up here for the bash history. So go ahead and take a look at the example problems and start exploring this on your own. Thanks.